What's up? How's it going, Twitch? I don't know if anybody's here yet. Never know. Yeah, so the plan is to do some grinding in Dungeons of the Obelisk, as always. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. First thing I'm gonna do is use some of my buffs. We're still on experience gain for Moonsoom. Have junk in my inventory. Yeah, let's salvage some junk. And actually, I need to look at what I'm doing here. I feel like my build is not very good yet. I need a crown. Basically just using the best stuff I have so far, which isn't great stuff yet. Yeah, I haven't decided, I guess. I don't really have a plan yet. For some reason we can see World Eater. We can see their profile, but whenever we go to this Athena, we just get World Eater's profile again. Okay, that's maybe a bug that needs addressed. Check the leaderboards. I'm number 9 now. I guess it's time to get ground back up. Let's do some breaches so we can be generating our next astrolabe. Something is weird with my mana. I need to look and see if I have regenerate or something going on. Because I have 290. My move that I want to use all the time costs 29. So I should regen 29 each turn and just use this fissure attack. But for some reason we keep ending up with extra 2 mana. So I'm not sure what that's about. Take a look at Discord. Oh yeah, it actually posted when I went live this time. Pretty cool. Pretty nice. Nice when shit just works. So we're getting some area damage procs, I think. So right now my build is just all over the place, and I'm just using like the best stuff I've got. But I think we need to get a signpost item that will tell us what we want to do, like a body with a bunch of one thing on it or something, and then we can like build into that. Right now I'm kind of just all over the place. I don't really have a plan. Trying to do like this area damage thing with Thirsty and see how he works. This is just the boss on hard too. Shows how bad my build is. Hello, Monraya? Is that how it's pronounced? Hopefully you're still able to log into the game. I'm sorry we couldn't like fix that sooner, but I'm glad that you got it working. I'm dead. Awesome. Let's look at this Athena. There we go. Cool. I've just been like adding everybody as a friend as I go, just to make sure I can friend request people. Now when I look at World Eater, okay, so it's working, and then I can look at Athena. Okay, perfect. I don't know what that bug was earlier. Oh, World Eater sent me a friend request. Has my wardrobe fixed itself yet? No, it hasn't. I could switch back to the bow, which has a bunch of area damage chance, but it wouldn't really proc. Well, barrage costs 48, so we would use piercing shot a lot. That's me. Sorry, I'm not watching the chat. I'm trying to like do 100 things at the same time. Try to keep this interesting. Now that we have gotten... Okay, so our astrolabes are full. Binsby here has 7 waiting for us, so he should be working on the 8th one as we wait, but like there's no timer yet, so we can't really tell. So I've never watched this counter on the energy. Thank you for following. I appreciate that. Also, it's kind of cool, I guess, that the little announcements work when people follow. I wasn't sure if I had those set up right. So we're gonna run level 10 dungeons until we are out of like zap energy potions and everything, and then we'll worry about doing breaches, because I can't even do it on hard yet. So I just need to get some better legendaries from this troll or whatever. Definitely increasing my area damage a lot, but I don't know if it is helping that much. Okay, so it triggered and killed that bat there. Okay, and I think it killed the... We're gonna slow down and see if I can tell what's actually going on with this area damage. So we didn't really make use of it there. Okay, so we area damage there. So I don't know if using the single attacks to proc the area damage is worth it, as opposed to just trying to use an AoE. I feel like a lot of things in the game will get better as there's more options. So like right now, I'm just like one person fighting some mobs. So me being the AoE damage would probably be better. But in the future, you know, when we have tougher mobs or mobs that summon minions or something, then Thirsty's gonna get a lot better. But for now, maybe he's not as good as Mr. Donut. Ooh, a wolf. It has health regen and lots of physical damage boost on it, but not very good major traits. Are you enjoying the game now that you're able to log into it and actually play? I gotta go into slow mode and pay attention as soon as I enter the dungeon and see what my mana does. Because it seems like we don't attack the first time with our attack like we should. It's like we always use our basic attack first or something. Yeah, I'm having fun playing the game as it reminds me of another game I play a lot. Right on. That's awesome. I'm glad. I really wish we could have fixed the issue for you, I guess, but as long as you're in. I really hope if other people have the issue that they let us know that they can't log in. Because that's the thing about it, like if nobody tells us, can't fix it because we don't even know. Does the other game you play start with a B and end in an S, I guess? First word B, second word H. yes, it does. Yeah, I played Bit Heroes since it was released, since the day it was released on mobile, for iOS. And I played it for 4 years and streamed it and all kinds of stuff, and then they changed some things and I didn't like it that much and I quit playing. And now I have this. I first played the game the day it came out, but after a while got a bit bored and took a break. Finally got back into it a few months ago. Alright, on. So the day it came out on, like, because it is weird because it came out on Congregate, I think. Like, and you could play it like in browser for a while. And then I think it released on, I can't remember if it released on Android and then iOS, or vice versa. So like when I started, a lot of people were already pretty high level. September 2016. Yeah, I don't remember the specific day anymore. That's probably right though. I mean, I'm sure it's right. That sounds right. Yeah, I streamed Bit Heroes for years, like 3 years or something. Like almost at least like 3 or 4 times a week for like 2 years solid. Ooh. We leveled up, but we got a hound. I'm gonna slow down and watch. There's lots of blubs here, so we should be able to see our area damage proc. There we go. Okay, so the area damage numbers are gray. I feel like they should be a different color, like yellow, I think is what they were supposed to be. But regardless, we can definitely see it proccing. Okay, so we killed something with area damage there for sure. This song is wild. I think this build would be better if we switched one of our items back to Karma and used the AoE attack on this weapon, and we might be better off if we swapped Thirsty out for just maybe for some dex on a pipsqueak. I think we would clear a lot faster that way. I think I'm going to do it after we beat this troll. Let's return to Topia and mess with our build. Blacksmith. First, we would like to salvage all of our trash, uncommon, and rare items. And then, let's see what our build looks like. I'm gonna wait to assign those points, actually. So our best, we sort by power. Our best item is this wolf that doesn't have any AoE. Let's unequip here, actually. So our most powerful... Hey World Eater, how's it going? So I'm thinking So our pants used to be Karma, and we rolled them to Dex to try this thing with Thirsty. But I'm thinking about just equipping this Pipsqueak back on for now. Or maybe this Strength Pipsqueak. And then going with this Grave Filler, maybe? Or maybe just this longsword, actually. We could roll the longsword to Dex. Sorry, I'm being indecisive. The bow is also really good. It has area damage on it as well. But the bow's not going to proc Thirsty, really, because we would want to just use the AoE attack all the time. Bow, best weapon in game, from what I heard. Yeah, that is what I've heard. Whenever I was beating Titan, though, during development, I was using a Grave Filler. I was using Grave Filler and Ebon Razor. So that kind of makes me want to just go with the Grave Filler. And re-roll it. I think we're going to unequip Thirsty for now and just go with the Dex Pipsqueak. The axe is your favorite right now too? Yeah, the axe is definitely one of my favorites. Let's see. The album is over, so let us switch to something else to listen to. Which album do I want to listen to? Listen to this one. This is a good one. All of the music that we listen to on stream is music that I wrote because otherwise I get copyright claims. Is Mr. Donut coming back? Mr. Donut will definitely be back. The idea was we were going to make them rotate, like swap back and forth in the shop for a bit. But I think we're just going to make them both available. But I'm not sure when it's going to happen because TJ has lots of other stuff to do, like fixing some bugs and stuff. So we're definitely going to get Mr. Donut back. And I think the idea right now is like you'll come to the shop and maybe there'll just be like a tab where you can like go down and Mr. Donut will be there. Yeah, Hiseo has him in jelly. Yeah, me too. So it was funny because he was saying Mr. Donut wasn't any good, and then I told him he was good, and now he's using them. So, yeah, Mr. Donut's definitely good. I was saying earlier before you got here, I think Thirsty will get better when more builds become available. So right now, there's not really a reason to have a single target. Like AoE is clearly better. So Thirsty would be a good addition to a character that was on a team and was the single target damage. So if you had a team that was like a tank, an AoE, and then a really powerful single target, then Thirsty would become more powerful as like some extra splash damage on the single target player. But right now we don't have multiplayer game modes or like asynchronous multiplayer even. But when that gets added, I think Thirsty will become better. So like I'm not gonna buff him or anything yet until we like give him a chance to like see if anybody breaks him with another build. World Eater, thank you so much for the follow and the subscribe. That's nuts. Nobody has subscribed to my channel in like years. So hopefully I can maintain a level of entertainment for you worthy of your subscription. I lost my train of thought. We want to re-roll this to dexterity, I think. And then we want to re-roll this. I'm here to support you. That's awesome. Yeah, I appreciate it. If I still have my Prime subscription available, I probably would too. Right on. I appreciate it. Never feel like you have to do that, but it's always appreciated if you do. So my train of thought here is to swap the axe to dexterity and swap the pants to karma. And then that'll be back like what we were doing before on this build. So let's reforge pants to karma and the axe to dexterity. And now I'm naked. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that looks good. We could probably stand to do some more damage, but I also want to get my dexterity up. I think there's just a lot of room to find some better stuff right now. This feels way better already. The blubs are still tanky. But yeah, this build is the way to go. Thirsty might not be best in slot. But I still think he has potential. I also think Thirsty will be better once he's leveled up as well. So mine right now only gains me 4%. So if I get that to 6 and then get the proc chance up as well, then you have the potential to gain like 12% area damage chance like every turn. I'm also thinking about something that boosts area damage if that makes sense, because right now it's 20% area damage when it procs, and there's no stat in game to like increase it. I see Thirsty useful with a high dex build. Yeah, that sounds about right too. Yeah, if you had, like I was saying, if you had a high dex single target damage build and you were in a team with like a tank and like a more AoE focused build, or more AoE focused player, I should say, and then the three of you were like a team, I think Thirsty would be very beneficial in that situation. Haseo's main hand has a strong MH that might pair well with Thirsty. What's Haseo using? He's using the bow, right? I butchered that. Let me see if I can see what he's using right now. He has a good bonus on his main hand. Oh yeah, he's got the physical damage boost, the damage to elites. He rolled really good on the dexterity applied to physical damage as well. Dex to physical is insane. Yeah, that's it seems good at least. Yeah, I tested it specifically in development. I'm like spawned in a bunch of items and I got like the best bow I could, and then I re-rolled everything to dex, and I tried just doing like a full dex build, and I couldn't get it to break, but it's really powerful, but it doesn't seem broken. What do you recommend for Paragon stat distribution? So the way I play it, I feel like you want to have the least karma possible and the least health possible. And that meaning like enough karma to proc your attacks every turn, but no more. And then enough health to survive like hits from the boss, but not more than you need. And then I put everything else in like dexterity. But I don't know, like I'm not oops, I'm out of zap energy. I'm not what am I trying to say? I'm not the best like strategically at making builds and stuff. I kind of just made items and then tested to make sure none of them were broken, and then I'm kind of throwing it out to the world to see what other people can do with them, and then we'll develop further from that point. I'm a build wizard in Bit Heroes, so I'm gonna do that here. Yeah, I would love to see like what people can do with stuff. I'm top 100 in Bit Heroes on multiple leaderboards. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. I don't even remember how far I made it in Bit Heroes. I can't remember what my level was. Top 5 here, promise. Oh yeah. Somebody has to be top 5, right? Might as well be you. So let's see, here's my Paragon right now. I just put enough into karma to make it even, but then I changed my pants or whatever, so it's not even anymore. But I'll probably, oh yeah, Rage Spin is 38 and Fissure is 29 because I have a little bit of mana regenerate. Oh, I have mana. Yes, there's mana regenerate on this axe. Yeah, we definitely don't need this much karma. Fissure hits like a truck. Yeah. Yeah, it does. So I'm trying to think how I want to reduce my karma, because we really don't need more on this build. We don't need more than 38 per turn. So we could definitely get rid of like 100 here. So I think the thing to do would actually be swap this warped leather back to dexterity and then reset our paragon points. So I think I'm gonna do that. And actually, that's 29 right there, so we could use Fissure every turn, but I think we want to optimize for Rage Spin, actually. It's not Reforged Salvage. So the way the math works on this, I think, is we need 38 to use Rage Spin. We only need 29 to use Fissure. And we have a little bit of extra mana regenerate. Let's actually see what our mana regenerate is. So we have 12.6 mana regenerate, right? So that means we're going to get 12.6% of our mana, of our karma every turn as mana. So we don't need the full 38 to proc Rage Spin. We just need to use it. It's working in my head, but I'm not sure how to explain it. So the first turn, if we gain like, say, 32, and then we use 29 of it, that leaves us 3, and then we gain 29 again, and then we could use Rage Spin. I think I am just going to optimize for like Rage Spin every turn, and then if we have extra mana, we'll just have extra mana. I had a question about thorns. How does it work? Also, the summon all runestones again confuses me. Okay, so yeah, I can talk about thorns. As far as how it works, basically you just first let me assign these paragon points because I hate whenever I go over. So we want to get exactly 38 here. Actually, let's go 37. Or sorry, 370. And then put the rest in Dex. And then because we gain a little bit more than 10% with our mana regenerate, it should work out really well. And then if it doesn't, we'll put more points into karma later. Okay, so re-rolling runestones first, since we're in the Paragon menu. So imagine that all of these runestones are basically dice. They're six-sided dice. So, you know, it's just if you look here, this hound has 1 slash on it, on the rune, and then the cross has 2, the river has 3, the fishes have 4, the souls, the torch has 5, and the terrapin has 6 slashes in the rune. So it's basically 1 through 6. So imagine, like right now I have 51 runestones. So if I took 51 dice, 51 six-sided die, and I rolled them all, and then I kept all of the terrapins, and then re-rolled them again. So whenever we re-roll again, it says runestones that have summoned terrapins are locked. So that means if you already have a 6, that's the best it can be. So you keep all of the 6s, all the terrapins, and then you re-roll everything else and try to get more terrapins. So if we like resummon them, we're going to end up with a bunch more Paragon points, basically. And see how I have 0 rivers? That means I like basically rolled better. And you can get to a point where if you roll worse, it doesn't undo them. So like if you roll all of these and they all roll 1s, for example, then nothing changes. You just go back to what you were. But if you roll them and you do better, then you get the new rolls. And while we're here, we get to assign a bunch more Paragon points. Helped a lot. Yeah, hopefully it's a little confusing, and it was very confusing when we were developing it, because originally it was like the other game where you just got 1 point every level. So you just got a point to assign. But then it felt weird because your levels 1 through 10 give you 2 points in every stat. So you get 8 points when you level up a regular level, but you only got 1 when you were in Paragon. So we decided to make it a potential of 6, with the average being, I guess, 3, and then letting you spend gems or crystals to roll them better. And it felt a lot more fun, I guess, once we did that. But it took a long time to figure out how to make the math work, because if you don't lock the terrapins, it gets to a point where it's impossible to roll better. But if you always lock the terrapins, then you have a 1 in 6 chance of each die rolling better. Alright, let's we need to spend some energy first. I should cut that and make it its own YouTube video. How runes to paragons work in how paragons work in Dungeons of the Obelisk. I'll probably just make my own. I'll just make another video of it. Oh, I forgot to edit the podcast today. Guys, there's a podcast that should have came out today, but I forgot to edit it. I guess it's going to come out tomorrow. Podcast, I'll check it out. Yeah, we post the new episodes in the Discord every time we put a new one up. But if you go to knobcat.com, there's a link to the podcast, and then it'll link you to like Spotify, Apple, Amazon, like wherever you want to listen to it at. We've been doing it for the entire 2.5 years of development. So you can go back to the very beginning if you so desire and hear from the beginning how the game went. But I advise jumping in on the first episode where I started giving them like titles, because before they were just labeled like 1, 2, 3, up to like 50 some. But if you jump in when the game went into the episode where the game went live for beta testing, that's probably the like jumping on point for the podcast now. You get a look. Should be like episode 53 as DotO is coming soon, and then from there, or just jumping on the most recent one is good too. Rerun level 10. Are we unable to heal in boss fight? No, you should be able to heal. That's been an ongoing bug that we have been fighting. For some reason, something with like starting and stopping auto makes it so that you can't use your potion, and we thought we've had it fixed like 8 different times. So, yeah, I don't know what that one is. It lets you heal. Yeah, that is true for the croc dagger. Yeah, that's like, if anybody makes any videos or anything like that where it locks you out and you can't use the potion, let us know, because, you know, send us the video, because we have been fighting that one for a while and it's been working for me recently, so I thought it was fixed. It happened to me 3 times today, but it doesn't happen every time, right? That's the thing that makes it so hard to fix. Like, if you went into the boss and you could never use your potion, that's like easy to fix because TJ can see exactly what's happening. But the fact that it like only happens when you pause sometimes makes it very hard to like hunt that bug. I'm gonna try to see if it'll happen to me right now when we get to the boss. Although I'm not losing any health, so it might make it hard to... It only happens in boss fight. We know that for sure. But there's no reason why it should only happen in boss fight. I'm just gonna use my basic attack. See, like, I can heal. See, for some reason, it works fine. I can even heal when I don't need to. Oh, it doesn't happen in Obelisk, it's only in the Breach? Okay. Yeah, that's true. It used to happen both, so maybe that's a clue. Let's return to Topia and do a Breach. Just to see what happens. Let's do hard. That way the boss is tough enough that we need to stop and heal. Our guild's plan for this game? Definitely planned. I couldn't tell you how soon. I keep saying this, but a lot of development is going to be based on how much people like the game and are able to spend money now. So the focus really needs to be on expanding the player base, because I'm financing this game out of my my personal life savings, and I'm getting low on money. So our goal is to get another game mode in with the money that's left, and then from there, I'm not 100% sure. We're gonna try to keep like fixing bugs and stuff, but you know, TJ can't work for free, so that makes it tough. So we're gonna see. the guilds are something I definitely want to do. I have a lot of plans for guilds. A lot of like cool buffs and stuff that the guilds can work together to like get for themselves and things like that. And then like guild battles and things like there's a lot of stuff I really want to do, but yeah, everything takes so much time. Yeah, the idea would be you have like a very, very strong boss that you can't possibly defeat in like one battle, and then everybody in the guild keeps like using whatever currency. I'm not sure what currency it will be yet, but they like keep going in and fighting that same boss over and over, and the guild like slowly weakens the boss until they defeat it. You know, it might take like 100 battles or something like that, you know. But we're talking about stuff that's probably like a year out. Raids. Yeah, so if you're going by Bit Heroes terminology, the Breach is kind of like a Bit Heroes raid. But you don't get to use mobs to help you, I guess, is the only difference. Because this game's based like a lot on Diablo, where you don't have any like mobs either. But in this game, in Dungeons of the Obelisk, we're probably eventually going to add raids that work like... Yeah, like WoW. Yeah, WoW terms, I've not played a ton of WoW. A raid in WoW is where you go in with a bunch of friends and fight something big, right? Or is it just like a group, like lots of people? I forgot to pause and try to use a potion when I was fighting the boss, because I was talking. So... The short answer is there's all kinds of game modes. Like, I have no shortage of ideas for game modes. The problem is everyone takes time. And like, I don't know if you guys saw where new players were getting locked out of being able to do level 1. You know, they were getting locked into level 10 even though they were level 1. That was caused by TJ trying to add a new game mode right now. So every time you change something, other stuff gets changed, and then you end up fixing bugs and stuff. And everything just ends up costing a lot of time and money to do. Because like the game that you see right now took 2.5 years. So we're developing as fast as we can, and we're going to try to keep doing like easy stuff like new items and new artifacts and companions and stuff. Those things are pretty easy to add in, but the game mode is going to take a little while. And the new game mode that I want to do is based on stuff that's all already in the game already. I said already twice. So it's not going to be using too many new assets. So we're hoping that we can get it in pretty easy. But I don't know when it's going to be in. You know what sounds dope that might be easy to add? Seasonal cosmetics. Yeah, like events and stuff. Yeah, we definitely want to do like well, when you say seasonal cosmetic, do you mean like it's holiday time and we all get a Santa Claus hat for free? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's some stuff that we want to be able to do. The focus right now is 100% on the new game mode, because that's going to be the most value for the players, because it's going to be a whole new like thing to grind for. But after that's done, then we have like a short list of things that we want to focus on. Like one is a stash in town. The other is the arsenal, which would be like the Bit Heroes armory, only it would work better. And what else? Did they ever fix armory? So, and then what else was there? There's a couple other things that I want to focus on, like re-rolling modifiers on loot. That's something that I want to add in eventually. No, they didn't. That's good to know. Good to know that they never fixed the armory. You want to know why I like this game? I do want to know why you like this game. Because the creators still run the show. I see the heart, the passion. Yeah, it's awesome that you're saying that, because like, I'm here playing the game. Like, this is the game that I want to be able to play. The only thing that's keeping me from being like playing this all the time is I don't want to be like, I don't want people to be like, oh, the developer's #1 on the leaderboard. Like, obviously, you know, but I'm trying to figure out a way. You know, like I said, 100% on the new game mode, and then we're going to focus on some other stuff. One of the small things I want T-Day to do is to remove me from the leaderboard somehow, which isn't easy to do because the leaderboard's like kind of controlled by PlayFab. So it's not like easy to just like hide one person from it. But that's something I want to do. That way I can grind nonstop forever and just, you know, not be like preventing someone else from being #1. But I think I lost my train of thought. Yeah, this is the game that I want to play. I financed it myself. I hired my friends to make it, and it's, I don't know. I'm super proud of it. I just want it to keep getting better. Sometimes when I open a chest in a dungeon, it doesn't bring up the items, and I can't move until I go to another menu like my inventory. Ooh, we got a Blade of End with critical chance and crit damage. Oh, like 1.4% crit damage though. And the crit chance on the legendary power rolled really low too. Happens like maybe once a dungeon. Oh, we're gonna pause on the boss. Oops. I swear I hit it. Okay, so I'm potioning this time. Yeah, like sometimes it just works, but sometimes it doesn't. That's what's so frustrating about it. Oh, the croc is over top of my attack. Don't forget to pause. It happens like maybe once a dungeon. Sometimes when I open a chest in a dungeon, it doesn't bring up the items, and I can't move until I go to another menu like my inventory. Well, let me see if I can copy and paste your comment from the chat, and I'm just going to go put it straight into the doc with all the bugs. It's usually when he's the only mob alive, only time I notice. Is it better to go for extra bonuses like movement speed or crit damage or more stats? So let's hit this frog. Bonuses IMO. Yeah, that's one I'm actually not sure about. Like, I honestly don't know. Depending on how many stats, though. Yeah, that's the, See, like, I'm getting to heal every time here. He's gonna hit me. Come on, hit me. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, like, what the deal is. Like, if it's, like, when you pause... I'm gonna kill him. We got him. Maybe the bug is caused by my gear. Just guessing. Yeah, that's definitely possible. Is it happen like every time for you? Like every boss fight? I lost because of it in a row, sadly. Yeah, it's definitely a frustrating one because it's like when you're trying to push those higher levels, you definitely want to be able to pause and play manually. Well, I'm still using level 1 rare feat with 15 stats and 11.5 move speed. I'm not sure if move speed just means the character is faster running around or has more turns. Dexterity, the major trait dexterity is what gives you more turns. Movement speed is your character visually like running around and your like animation speed. So really movement speed is probably the least important thing unless you're trying to like push leaderboards in a time trial. Yeah, if you can get a video of the chest bug and post that in the Discord, that would be fantastic. That would definitely help us be able to fix it a lot easier. Because like I said, it's like you've seen me playing, like it's literally, I don't think that's ever happened to me, so it's strange. It's strange how like some bugs will happen for some people and like not others. Like I don't know like what makes them happen. Are you able to pass superior? I'm not even clearing hard very well at the moment. Yeah, I could do superior next and see if I can clear it. Because now we've got this new axe that's working a little better for us and might be able to do hard a little better. The set main hand makes hard easy. Maybe it can be that I was not clicking the glass for potions. What were you clicking? When I click the skeletal part holding it, it won't pop up. Yeah, you gotta get like on the bottle, like basically where it has the number, and then you can just like spam potions. Look, I can just like keep using potions even though I'm full health. If it doesn't use the potion for me if I click the skeleton either. Yeah, that's probably working as intended. Like, I think you gotta click the bottle. Keep testing. Yeah, for sure. Also, I saw that you posted that video in Discord, so let me go look at that. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. So it didn't pop up any of the loot, and then froze you. So that's pretty weird. Yeah, I'll make a note that that video is in Discord. It is a misclick. You can click right under the tip at the top of most fingers to use the potion. Anywhere else above that doesn't work for me. How often do I stream? I try to stream... Honestly, it's not very often. I try to stream like once or twice every 2 weeks, because I have this weird work schedule at my day job. So I'm basically work like 8 days in a row and I don't have time to do anything else. And then whenever I'm off for 6 days in a row. So I just I try to do personal stuff on Thursdays when I'm off, and then I try to do like our podcast recording and like business stuff on Fridays, and then I try to stream Friday nights, but it usually doesn't happen because I'm pretty tired. And then I try to stream like Saturday or Sunday. Like today I got it on Sunday. And then Monday and Tuesday are usually like personal days, and then I go back to the day job. So it makes like a 2-week rotation. You're more active than me. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be hard to beat though. I can't stream, I get anxious, I make videos. That's fair. Streaming is hard because a lot of times I just stream to like nobody for like 6 hours. Love making videos. See, I like streaming more than making videos, I think. For some reason, I feel like I'm not good at making videos, but like streaming, you just stream and talk. And then I cut the streams and then I post them as videos. And then it doubles. I would watch your stream, definitely not because Andy scams us with no stream. Vant makes videos also. Um, trying to think. Andy's another Bit Heroes content creator for context. Oh, right on. Ooh, a terrapin. I don't post often or stream enough, but it's because Bit Heroes is just bad news city. Yeah, it's hard to stream. Progressively gets worse. Well, hopefully we can progressively get better and it'll make it worth streaming for you. Also, any content creators, reach out to me. I'm not sure what I can do to help you, but we have the link to Twitch in the game, so people can click on that and at least see who's live on Twitch under the Dungeons of the Obelisk tab. And then we can also make you a personal code for your viewers, so it could be something like World Eater, and then we can give them some stuff. So that might be something that can then benefit you as well. I usually like to get people together to make content and rally them up. So I'll try to get Van to tag along. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's definitely cool. Honestly, our marketing budget is not very big. So anybody sharing the game and making content and stuff, that is that's so important for us, because we're an indie developer without we don't have some big publisher or something to make people play the game and run ads on Instagram or whatever. So um you know we want to support the people that like playing the game and making content about it. I wouldn't mind making videos if I knew how. um yeah, it's a little tricky. I'm not very good at making videos because I can't edit. I don't know how to edit and stuff. So if I make a video, I literally hit record and then I one shot the video and then post it. You can eventually have a content creator program like Bit Heroes eventually. What does the content creator program do? Because I streamed Bit Heroes for 4 years and nobody ever told me about a Bit Heroes content creator program. One time a dev showed up in my stream and said cool stream. That was the best I ever got from them. They don't pay us, but they sometimes give us teasers, leaks to promote a week, a month in advance, and also the CC program can just started last year. Well, that's good. I was first there. I'll DM you later though. Right on. Yeah, you don't have to disclose anything, but if I know what content creators want um from us, then we can definitely reach out and give you that. Um so we can give you heads up on the new artifacts and companions that are coming. That would be about the only thing that's not like super public. We talk about it on the podcast, each one that's coming for the next week. Let's see, the album is over, so let's pick a new album to listen to. Let's listen to Verge. We have 3 giveaways a week each, content creator. Well, 3 prizes. So like one person in your stream gets like a bundle or something. We get IGNs and send to devs and they give them the prizes. Yep. They get like 1k gems and a few RSS. Not anything crazy. Yeah, we can probably do some stuff. Like I don't know, like I don't want to commit to anything like on stream right now, but we can definitely brainstorm some stuff. Kind of like the code you gave me, but less crazy. The launch day. Yeah, the launch day code is for everybody. That was something that we posted on launch day and on our Instagram and stuff for people to get. I don't even remember what was in it. Let me go look at what was in it. An Astro pack, a baby Soom, and a crystal mail pack. Is that really what we called it? Crystal mail pack? Crystal pack is what it's called. Launch day code is still available. Yeah, it's all caps, one word, launch day. It's basically live until I decide to take it down, and I don't see any reason to take it down because people are still like finding out about it. So you're saying that the 3 rewards per week for you streaming to give to your players are not as good as the launch day code? Sadly, no. Okay, well, it's like 1k gems. Yeah, it depends like what your current, what your economy is, how much gems are worth. Oh shoot, that's a bug too that we've thought we've fixed like literally like 8 times. It's something to do, it like snaps you behind the blacksmith or something, and the only thing you can do is restart. I'll mark down that one is still happening as well. At least it like doesn't seem like it hurts anything. It just like you gotta restart, I guess. You lose. I'm looking at the bugs list now to see if that one's still on here. I don't remember what all the Cup of each RSS. I don't know what that means. Resource. Oh, RSS is resources. I gotcha. That's a new one for me. Let me write this bug down. Players are still... Actually, you put that one in the Discord. Pretty sure. Yeah. Let me copy this from Discord and get it into the, oh, jeez. What am I trying to do? Sorry, I'm trying to like multitask a bunch of stuff. I want to get this bug into our bug reporting or bug document. Okay, back to running dungeons and reading chat. Do you plan to add more experience in harder breaches like you do with item find? Making video on this game this week. No, because it's a tough thing, because right now basically we're tier 1. We've got 10 dungeon levels and 1 breach. So if doing the breach at level whatever Titan gave you 5 times the experience, then whenever we add the next dungeon levels, 11 to 20 and breach 2, then you're going to get even more. You're going to get level 20 times 5. It's it scales high. It scales faster than I want it to. So right now the breach is level 10, and you get a difficulty modifier. So all the mobs give you rewards as though they were level 10, except the item find is buffed. So there might be a better place to farm experience later on, but right now I think, because like imagine, do individual mobs have their own rarity? Yeah, each individual mobs have their own rarity. Yeah, so trash mobs are always trash in the dungeons and breaches, and then you have your other mobs that are can be trash, uncommon, or rare, and then the bosses are always legendary. And you get experience. I'd have to look at the sheet and see like how it is, but you get, each mob has a base experience. Ooh, gold find on as my minor trait. I don't think that's a better than the helmet we're using. Each mob has a base experience that they give that's multiplied by the mob's level, and then that's what your experience you gain. So like a glub is like 1 base experience. So I think when you kill a glub in level 10, you get 10 experience from it. And I want to say bosses are a base of like 10. So when you kill a level 10 boss, you get like 100 damage. Oh yeah, this track, we're skipping that track. Do you think gold is too easy to obtain and hard to spend? There will be more things that cost gold eventually. It possibly is too hard to get, but I don't want gold to be like a limiting factor. I don't think. Basically, if you play, you should have enough gold. Like that's kind of how I think about it. Like I don't want there, like I said, there's going to be more things that cost more gold. So somebody like that's a top player like Haseo, he's going to have tons of gold. But like what's it cost to like leveling up an item is going to cost gold. So whenever dungeons level 11 to 20 come out and 20 is the new max level, you're going to have to level up all your items. So you're going to spend a lot of gold there. Reforging costs 100,000 gold. Like it's imbuing costs gold 300,000. So like I'm always gold broke in that game. I still don't have enough to upgrade my mask. Got an Eye of Cruiserad. Is it a good one? I think the eye is a pretty good mojo. Just put it on, let's see. Might have to like go into a dungeon and come back before I can see it on you. You can right click me and see me. You should be able to. I can. It's yeah, because otherwise you would move to the spot by left clicking. I finally got a crown, but it's not a very good one. I never got a legendary or better helm. They're eluding me. Well, I can tell you for sure that it's all just an even chance on what legendary you get. You get more weapons and more offhands because there's 4 offhand weapons and like 6 or 8 like main hand weapons, and then there's only 1 body, 1 pants, 1 feet, and 1 head. So you get more weapons more often, but weapons are cooler, so it works out. Are bundles in shop a one-time purchase? Only the experience potions. Otherwise, I think you can just get what you want. We were talking about that, and I kind of figured that if people want to give us money for bundles, that they can. And I don't think it breaks anything. Like, if it does, let me know. But I don't think people buying like resources hurts anything really. You know, like, what am I trying to say? Like, you know, like the experience one, if you buy that like 100 times, it's kind of unfair. But even then, like, I still feel like if people want to give us money, they should be able to. But nothing in the shop I don't think is broken or unfair if people buy multiples of it. It just lets them like grind more, I guess. Gotta like look at what's in the shop right now though. You can get astrolabes. Any plans on ultra-wide monitor support? The only person that I know that has ultra-wide monitor is my brother, and he like told us that it kind of worked. Eventually, like, you had to put it in a certain one and it worked okay for him. But if you have more information on that, that's something that we could look into. I feel like right now, as long as the game works, yeah, it works, but sometimes it zooms in. Once again, like, if you can show us like videos of it or like some sort of like, I don't know, I have to move it from screen to screen to fix it. See, I think my brother told me that he had to play windowed. But default? I never use it on my ultra wide, but I am right now. Yeah, we kind of it's a hard thing to like know every monitor that's out there, so we kind of figured like these settings should work a little bit. Like, there should be one setting, either full screen or windowed, and then one of these 3 that works for everyone, even if it's not like the most optimal. But if we can support it more, I would like to. I just I'm not sure how, I guess. $3440 pixels wide. See, I don't know if the art is that wide. So, like, for example, like, you would just be able to see so much, right? Like if we're looking at this screen right now, like, the art is this big. I think it's maybe a little bit bigger. But if we went like ultra wide, like what would be out there, like on the sides? Would it just be like more empty dungeon? Maybe you can see like a glub off to the side, like having a cigarette or something. Bit Heroes just stretches map sides and moves mobs to the sides. I think that is how big mine is, maybe a little smaller. Yeah, Bit Heroes stretching something might be easier than ours, because like ours is like not pixels or like pixelated. I don't know. That's something. Maybe if we make some money, I can buy an ultra wide monitor and test it out. Or I can maybe bug my brother and see if he can give us more info, but he's not usually available. Nothing crazy game breaking, to be honest. That's kind of what we figured. Like, we kind of figured if you have the wide monitor, like you can put the game windowed on the monitor and do something else on the rest of the monitor. Like watch a YouTube video or a stream or something. Just sharing what I can. No, I definitely appreciate it. That's just kind of has been our thoughts on it. It's something it's really hard to develop for that. If we don't have one. See, for me, I have dual monitors, so I put the stream up on one side and like, you know, Discord and stuff, and then I put the game on the other. I got 3 monitors, two 1920 by 1080 on left stacked, and an ultra wide 3440 by 1440 on the right side, center front of me. Used to have 5 monitors. That's intense. That's even too much for me. I'm a big fan of dual monitors, but I've never had more than 2. Bit Heroes accounts at the same time. That's some serious gaming. I don't know if I've ever heard of anybody gaming harder than that. You could just be a guild by yourself. You just have like a guild that's like all of your accounts. Fan has similar amount of accounts, but I did it for testing. Oh yeah, Anto. I haven't seen him in a while. He was on during the beta testing, but I haven't seen him since. Truly believe I'm top 3 content creators on Bit Heroes. I test almost everything myself. I should have like maintained Bit Heroes streaming. Like when they got bought by Kong, it just became like, I don't know, like Like the store got so expensive I couldn't afford to like stream it anymore. Whereas before that I could get on and like do like reasonable amount of streaming with like a normal amount of money. You and I spoke before this. You showed me your game a long time ago. Yeah, I remember, like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know that I knew you had YouTube content, but I knew you were like a top player in the game for a long time. I'm really bad at like remembering screen names and stuff, but I definitely knew you were in the top. Also, a lot of my streams I'm very like used to be very sleep deprived, because I would like just stream like I would stream like all night and into the morning, and I'd just be like grinding. Those are the days. I wish I could remember the name of that dude that used to do the Bit Heroes videos like a long time ago. Oh, you started Bit Heroes creation last year. Gavin. Chook. Yeah, I remember Chook. I remember Gavin. Is Gavin the one? Let me go look at my YouTube, because I'm sure I still follow him. McProsif, I remember him as well. That's not who I'm thinking of. Is it? Let me go look. I gotta look at my I don't follow that many people on YouTube, so I should be able to find him if I still follow him. Hydra was that dude that was so intense. Like he was like I'm a pretty like chill streamer. That dude was like intense, like always yelling and stuff. He was like hardcore. Very loud, yeah. I wonder if I like unfollowed him at one point. I must have unfollowed whoever I'm thinking of. Yeah, I watch like all of them sometimes, but not like consistently. Yeah, they could have name changed. I think he just quit though. He quit like a long time ago, like before I was even streaming that much. Roman doesn't sound familiar. Let me just like Google Bit Heroes 2016 gameplay. See what happens. I gotta like, hold on, where's my game? Let's rerun and then I'll look for this. It's just giving me recent videos. Why isn't it giving me like old school videos? Six years ago. SSS1 had videos. No, I remember them being in the top of the game, but I don't think I ever watched videos from them. I feel like I'm getting close. I'm definitely like getting down this list. Oh, I leveled up. Is there a way to search okay, filters. I want like upload rate this year. No, I want like super old. Oh, there's no way to search for like anything that's old. You can only search for like most recent. I guess I'm just gonna have to keep going. You're like saying everybody, but I can't. I wish I could remember. I used to watch this dude before I started making stuff. I remember McProseph. Gav got me making videos. Yeah, that's cool. Why can't I like find? Just give me like the oldest Bit Heroes videos. Now I'm passing torch to Andy. I'm gonna come here now. Hell yeah, I hope there's enough gameplay for you to be able to make content. That was something I was worried about like during development. I'm still sort of worried about it. I hope there's enough like interesting gameplay and stuff that people can keep grinding and everything. Like obviously we're gonna try to update as fast as we can, but I don't know how fast that will be yet. Ooh, I got a something. Ooh, pretty good longsword with lifesteal. Oh yeah, I remember Smiley. I follow Smiley Smiles on Instagram, and he makes like cool art now. He used to make Bit Heroes videos. That's not who I was thinking of, though. Oh yeah, you got all kinds of video ideas then. That'll be good. Heroes Runner? I got a lot of Bit Heroes, but lost the drive excitement for that game recently. No, I've definitely been there. That's been my kind of thing as well. Alright, I gotta quit scrolling on this list and just stream, I guess. I'm gonna like research this later and try to remember who that dude was. Wonder if I can go to like my liked videos from 6 years ago. You like Blub's art. He's one of your favorite mobs. Yeah, Blub's a cool one. I like, my favorite thing about Blub is whenever he dies and the skeleton's just laying on the floor. But Nika did like, so the like Ben drew these, they're amazing, and then like Nika's animation on them is like so nuts. It like blows me away every time I like look at it. The building on the left, that's just a little see, it's boarded up. If you talk to these guys, sometimes they tell you, I heard they're how lucky is that? I heard they're gonna fix up the old guild hall. So it's there for whenever we get to it. Sewer Troll looks sick too. I even thought, even though I haven't played much yet, I'm already enjoying it a lot. Oh yeah, players are asking about guilds. Now you can just tell them about the text in the building. Yeah, that's the idea. I wanted people to know that it's a plan, but like I said, I can't say how soon, but it's something I want to do. I think a game mode, I think before guilds, a game mode where you use friends off of your friends list, like in a raid or something, I think would be better, and then that'll lay some groundwork for like guild stuff. Aim to be best tank in the game. Yeah, I think right now, more sets, more game modes, more dungeon levels, like things like that, I think are priority over guilds. It depends how much people want them. Yeah, like tier 3, 21 to 30. That's a good idea. You know, if we're still developing at that point, as long as the game can hit a point where it can maintain itself and people are spending enough money that the game can like pay TJ to keep updating it, then I will keep making cool stuff for it. I have faith. Yeah, me too. It's looking pretty good. You know, we haven't set the world on fire yet, but like people are playing. We get new players every day still since launch. We've got some more plans for like some marketing and stuff. Condor. Hey everyone. Welcome. One thing I can say is maybe get a good tutorial going. You think like an in-game tutorial where it comes up and says click the button to walk around? Like what would go in the tutorial that people don't already know? Because I felt like part of the charm is that we don't hold your hand. I think a lighter in-game tutorial, but for something like town and where to get what. Town was a confusing part for me. Yep, missing only you guys, not the game. So I think I did it right, at least for now. I feel like to me, I feel like discovering the town for yourself. Cause like if a loon pops up and she says, "This is the blacksmith. Click here to level up items. Click here," and it's like I just feel like click here to continue. Let's level up your first item. Like I don't know, like I always hate that kind of stuff in games. So I like that's kind of why we didn't put it in. Plus like it takes like a lot of development to get it to work right. Like I'm definitely open to the feedback. Like that's the first time anybody's like said anything about the town to me, so I'm definitely going to keep it in mind. I'm just not sure like what we could do or what we need to do yet. You know what it is? I do not. It's not necessarily town. It's mostly the blacksmith. Like for imbue. Yeah, you're not wrong. You didn't read it. See, it says power up an artifact or companion. And then here it says only legendary artifacts and companions can be imbued. So it's kind of like let me see. If I put a pipsqueak here, it just doesn't go in. I don't know. Like, yeah, we could put a pop-up. We could put a pop-up that was like, Elune pops up the first time you click imbue and was like, hi, only legendary item artifacts and companions can be imbued. They're available in the shop. Maybe just add legendary to the box text before you click imbue. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right. That's easy. That's something easy that we can fix very soon. I'll put that right into the notes. Because that's like literally 2 seconds. Let me open the game. Power up an artifact or companion. So it needs to say power up a legendary artifact or companion. See, that's some good feedback that we can actually fix. like getting it this menu to only show the stuff that it can imbue is really tough. It would take, not a lot of time, but everything that TJ does that's like fixing something like this is taking away from like making the new game mode. So if we can get by, making it work like this. Where's my mask? There he is. I just left the menu with him already on there. Because I'm naked now. No, that's really good feedback, though. Are any of these other ones not self-explanatory? Combine consumables into a weird contraption. This is basically just a recipe. Where can you get grease? So they rotate in the shop. So there's always one that's on sale for 25% off, and then there's one full price, and they rotate. So you kind of have to catch it when it's on sale. Actually, let me see how I'm doing for licorice. Oh, I don't have any licorice. I should buy licorice today. Oh yeah, I'm Paragon 61. I'm getting up there. Oh, you found a Destiny. Is it any good? Destiny is the one that we thought was going to be broken. So far, I haven't even seen anyone using it. Sometimes he misses the troll. I should be looking in the breach because then you can see everything. Swipe is 2 to 5 physical damage, and the spike is 3 to 5 physical damage. Like, I made all these. At one point, I went through and balanced them all and like made them like, I don't know, try to be balanced and fit and not even, but like each one have its own unique thing. And now it's probably been 2 years since I did all that. I look forward to when we get to the point where I can design all the items for the new for like the new dungeon levels. That would be like, that's going to be real fun. That was probably one of my favorite parts, like naming all of the items and stuff. I have like so many ideas for more items. How often do patches come out? Well, right now, patches is like kind of a weird term because TJ just fixes things as he fixes things, and then when he gets to a point where he needs to push them out, he'll put them out. As far as like updates, the only thing that we really have like a planned schedule for is the artifacts and companions, and you get a new one every 2 weeks for artifacts and companions, and they switch. Like, you get an artifact, you get a companion, you get an artifact, you get a companion, and we only have 2 more of those planned. So we've got Thirsty was the first one, and then we got 3 more. So Thirsty's the first one, and then we have the pendant that's coming out next on the 25th. And then after that, I can't tell you the other 2, but there's another artifact, another companion. And then we're going to have to see how we're at, if we can like afford to make the art and stuff for some more. But we'll take it from there. The pendant is going to be dodge chance. It's called the Pendant of Void. It's going to be similar to the like the mask, how it gives crit and crit damage. This is going to give dodge chance and dexterity. Be right back. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna be right back as well. I've been sitting here for 2.5 hours. I haven't moved. So I think I'm gonna like stretch and use the restroom, and I'll be right back. Redeeming a stretch, I guess, is I don't know that I've like ever had anybody redeem those. I think maybe like one person redeemed something like once. My mic back on? There it is. All right. We gotta scrap some stuff. Oh, we're out of energy. Let's see how we do in a breach on hard, and then we'll take it from there. We'll decide if we're gonna farm some more dungeons, or if we wanna. You've been needing to stretch for years then. Yeah, it's been a long ass time. Also, I can see that there's a couple people watching on Steam. If you're watching on Steam, you can also watch on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/StarRambler. You can search Dungeons of the Obelisk on there. I'm probably the only person streaming it right now. But yeah. Try to make what streams I can. Yeah, it posts in the Discord when I go live, and like I said, I try to do like every 2 weeks I do one or two. It's not the most intensive streaming schedule, but I do what I can. It's really fun to stream when you have someone to talk to. You know, when someone's in chat and saying stuff, it's a lot easier to stream. There are daily rewards. Yeah, every day when you log in, the Obelisk grants you a gift. The 5k gold's probably the least popular one. But there's a chance to get like a Barsoom. There's a chance to get like an XP potions and stuff. Few other, like I can't remember what all's in there, but you know, you can get some of the consumables and things. We want to update that eventually and have it be more like a calendar. Yeah, it basically like spins for it. Yeah, it's a roll off of a loot table. But we want to get it eventually where it's like a calendar. You can kind of see what you get each day as you like continue to log in. That's dope. Is the current way that it is dope, or is it the calendar idea dope? Let's pause and see if I can potion. Yep. Get him. There we go. So I can do hard pretty consistently now. I don't think I can do superior yet. Need to get some better items. Better strategy, I think. I like random, but I also like calendar. Bit Heroes has calendar. Yeah, calendar seems to be the like typical go-to. Yeah, I agree. We could see what kind of animation we could get for that. Actually, let me message Nika right now and just see what she says about. I also feel like an animation when you roll your rune stones would be cool too. Um, it's another one of those things that like it takes time. So it takes time away from other things. Like everything that you decide to do is like something else that you don't get to do. Yeah, you're right. Like a wheel in town for your daily roll, and then maybe a calendar that pops up when you log in. I think having both would be fun. Free is always nice, yeah. Don't want to give too much free stuff, but I think like a daily roll, like the way we have it, and then a calendar would be sweet. Too much free is bad for game. Yeah, that's for sure. There has to be like an economy. Stuff has to be worth things. Bit Heroes gives 1 Bitgore a month. Is Bitgore the like 8-hour one? I can't remember all the gores anymore. $500%, 24 hours. 500% is a lot. Is Bitgore the one that looks like a duck? Like a punk duck? Yes, it is. I remember that guy. Yeah, so, playing and grinding, yeah. Yeah, so far I think every boost, like the chance of getting a Barsoom on the daily reward is very low. I don't remember what the number is. But it's pretty low, and I don't think a Barsoom is like as powerful as like you're saying like a Bitgore is. Oh, I got 5,000 gold as well. So, that's good. Saying that something feels balanced is like a huge compliment. Because like, basically my biggest contribution to this game is like the balancing of it. Coming up with these items and stuff. I feel like this shiver might be good. This one that I got. It's like the same as Oh, whoops. I was doing breaches and I forgot what I was doing. Bit Heroes has a 12,000% boost and that's just way too high. Yeah, it's a weird thing because, like, how much do you pay for the 1200% boost? Like, how often do you get that one and how much does it cost? Oh yeah, it's one of those boxes. I remember those. Yeah. Yeah, that's a powerful boost, but like it sounds like it's too expensive. And then the problem is like it's also way too broken for a boost. Yeah. I can definitely see that. As a mostly used near highest point boost obtainable on regular. I killed an enemy and it stayed there. I couldn't damage it, nor could it attack. But once I killed the rest, the battle ended. Do you have any thorns by chance? Because I've got a note down that I think whenever you kill something with thorns, it doesn't go away. Is there any chance you killed it with thorns? No thorns. Darn. That would have been a good, easy fix. Thorns deals back damage. No, Thorns does, a percent of damage that you take is dealt back to the enemy that dealt it. So if you have 10% Thorns and someone does 100 damage to you, you do 10 back to them. Deflect, yeah, it's like a partial deflect. It's based on Thorns in Diablo, basically. Yeah, deflect would have been a good name for it, but like it's called Thorns in Diablo, and I like that. No, lifesteal would be the only thing that heals you. Either health regen would regenerate your health each turn, and then lifesteal would be when you do damage. We were talking about that earlier. Can Thorns proc lifesteal? It can once you hit the breakpoint for Thorns. You have to commit to Thorns for it to proc, and like for it to be able to proc as like a hit. Can Thorns proc lifesteal? That's a good that's actually a good question. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if Thorns. So the way it should work is when you hit the breakpoint for Thorns, then your Thorns attacks, your Thorns damage should count as hitting an enemy. If you have 1% Thorns, it would be broken because it would count hitting an enemy for everything, even though you only have 1% Thorns. But once you hit the break point and you have committed to Thorns, then it becomes super powerful because it counts as hitting an enemy. But because you've committed to thorns, you have less other stats. Yeah, it's the dagger that I'm using. It says something about, there's an offhand bonus that says something about hitting an enemy. It looks like a move, but it's on offhand. With that proc, it should. It should possibly. Because it's the dagger that I'm using. I can't show you right now. I have to show you in my inventory. See my build ideas forming? Yeah, Thorns might be broken. There's a possibility that Thorns is broken even with the breakpoint. We might have to increase the breakpoint. That it seemed OP. Yeah, the problem with Thorns is it's always either like the worst stat in the game or it's broken. So we took on the challenge of trying to balance it. See, I think it's fun when it... That's the only nerf I could think of. I think it's fun when it procs other things, though. Like, I'm not opposed to there being combos. So I just want to see how broken the combos are, and then take it from there. You know, if Thorns becomes the most powerful broken thing in the game, then maybe we need to nerf it. But if Thorns is just a good combo, then we'll just make other combos more powerful. I'll send the clip I got of the enemy not dying in the channel. Okay, I appreciate that you got a video of that. That'll definitely help if we can see like what's going on. Someday Thorns set, if we can keep developing. It's just like anything else. Eventually I want a Thorns set, but if Thorns is too powerful, like, and broken without a Thorns set, then a Thorns set would be really broken, so we'll have to see how that balances. Oops. Let me go look at this video. A mob not dying. Oh, it's like a big old blub in the front. Yeah, that's a mob not dying for sure. I wonder what... I'm not sure about that one. At least it didn't like break and like stay alive where you couldn't win. So we'll take a look at that one. Let's see what happens, what we can figure out. Hardest stat to stack in game is, I can tell you that. So your crit chance is kind of hard to stack. Your block chance shouldn't be as hard as it is, actually. Damage reduction is real hard. Oh no, block chance isn't on the low one. Damage reduction's pretty hard because 100% damage reduction can just block everything. Dodge chance, of course, is pretty hard to get. Area damage, that one could probably be easier to get than it is, but we're keeping it low for now. Double attack's pretty low, and then the rest are higher than those. But to be clear, they don't... Whoops, I died. Area damage hits everything. Like when you hit once, it does 20% of that attack's damage to everything else if it triggers. So if I hit for 100 damage and area damage triggers, then it'll do 20 damage to everything else around that mob. Can they crit? I think so, but I'm not sure. That's a good question. That's a real good question. Can area damage crit? I don't think we'll get an answer right now, but I'm gonna send a message to TJ. Can area damage crit? We'll see. He's probably like off for the day, but I would think that it would crit individually, but I'm not sure. I'll test it once I get the artifact. Yeah, another thing that I need to put down in the notes to update eventually. Oops, TJ answered me. Let me go see what he said. Oops. TJ thinks that thorns and area damage cannot crit, but he'd have to check for 100%. Is there a wiki yet? There is not a wiki. I would really like for a wiki to get started, and if there is a wiki, I can definitely provide information for it. I just don't know how to start it myself yet. Oh. Oh man, it's getting pretty late. I want a Thorns lifesteal build. Makes regen not needed as much. Also makes karma not as needed. Just put HP stat only. Okay, I'm getting some clarification from TJ. So, Thorns will not trigger... Thorns will not trigger your offhand, because your offhand triggers when another attack is used, not when you hit an enemy. But it definitely can trigger lifesteal. So once you hit the break point, so the breakpoint means, like 1% thorns won't trigger your lifesteal. It doesn't count as hitting an enemy. 2% doesn't count as hitting an enemy. 3% doesn't count as hitting an enemy. Eventually, you'll hit the breakpoint, which I do not remember what it is. But once you get over that percentage, then it does count as hitting an enemy, and it'll trigger your lifesteal and things. But the idea is it makes you commit to thorns, so that you have to have enough thorns that you're committing to them and not having like other stats. Because like if 1% thorns triggered your lifesteal, you would just lifesteal like all the time. But getting like 50%, I will tell you it's between 30 and 50%. I don't remember exactly what it is. so one last thing, stuff in game. I should be running dungeons while I'm streaming. Instead, I'm just standing in town. All right, let's get this breach run going. Stuff in game, it all stacks, right? Not just re-rolls as another percent. I'm not sure I understand the question. Let's see. So the way I can explain it, in Bit Heroes there's Ancient called Poly. It doubles mythic item bonus. It doesn't stack the bonus, it just re-rolls it as a second roll. So if it was 10%, it won't be 20%, it's just two 10% rolls. So, like, say the mythic item had 10% crit chance. Does that mean... I'm not sure I understand the difference, I guess. It should be, like, if there's an item that says it doubles your crit chance, then it's gonna double it from 10 to 20. Your item will still say 10, but in your inventory on your information, it'll say 20 because it's doubling it, right? Oh, so what you're saying is... Okay, I get what you're saying now. So you're saying in Bit Heroes, it says doubles your crit chance. So what it does is it rolls for crit at 10%, and then if you miss, it rolls for crit at 10% again. It says copies a mythical bonus, but it doesn't stack them. Well, I guess if I make an item that says copies, maybe it won't stack them. But I don't think there's an item in game yet that doubles or like modifies anything in that way. But if I was gonna add an item that said, say, like doubles your crit chance from gear, then it would double your crit chance like in your actual information panel. So if you have 10% on your like weapon and it says doubles your crit chance from gear, then it'll actually make it 20 crit chance. It's not gonna like re-roll it. That seems like unnecessarily difficult to like roll it twice. I guess it just depends how you program it. Sorry for all the questions. I get technical with my builds is why. No, that's well, first of all, I will talk about this game all day. I'm like happy to have somebody to talk to about this kind of stuff. So I'm perfectly happy to answer questions. If there's something I can't tell you or don't want to tell you, then I will tell you I don't want to tell you. but as far as like builds and stuff, I want people to make cool builds. You know, I don't know if there's enough items in the game yet to make anything that's super broken, but I want that to happen eventually. You know, I want people to make... Broken's the wrong word. I want people to make stuff that's good, you know. In Diablo, The witch doctor has all of these like AoE attacks, okay? So you go and you blow this like pestilence like around, and it'll get stuck on enemies and it'll do damage over time. So you go around and your lower level character just goes around and he blows the stuff on the enemies and they take damage over time and they die. But there's a build where it procs your damage over time instantly when you use an ability. So you go around, you blow all this like stuff, pestilence on them, and it's doing damage over time. And then once you get it all spread around, you hit like your 4 button or whatever, and it just kills everything. Like the whole screen just like dies. And then there's another ability that whenever something dies, it spreads to other mobs. So you can like go spread this stuff around, kill everything, and then it just keeps going. And it's insane. And like some people think it's like broken, but it's not any more broken than like any other build in the game. You have your like whirlwind barbarian that's like super broken. So I want there to be really powerful builds, but I don't want them to be like considered broken. Broken means like the game isn't working right, but whirlwind barbarian is perfectly fine. It's powerful, but you have to like make it happen, right? Like if you change one of your abilities, then your whirlwind doesn't work correctly anymore. So you have to have like the right build, but once you get it, then it's great, Just got insane main hand. Oh, away wins Grace. Oh wow, you posted it. 13% dex, block chance, and health regen. Yeah, that's a good roll on the legendary power. Snipe is best moving game right now. Yeah, I just closed it. I'm gonna go look at Snipe, see how powerful it actually is. So Snipe is like bow 1, 2, or 3. Yeah, that's a powerful one. It has an 8 base mana cost though, so it is expensive, but it is powerful. Yeah, 13.1 is pretty good on that bow. I think the max is 15 though. I think it's a 10 to 15. Ooh, that's pretty good crit chance on that on that. That might be a good one to use with Thirsty. Ooh, I got a croc chest of Caruzeran. Look at all that Revitalize. It's not a very good one, but if I was rolling for Revitalize, that would be sweet. Yeah, it depends on your how you're building your karma. But yeah, Revitalize gives you your mana back if it triggers. So if you're trying to keep your karma low, then Revitalize is good. I don't know if it's the best stat to fill with your body with, but could be. I know it's powerful on Mr. Donut. He's not exactly Revitalized, but he kind of works like Revitalized, so he's good that way. In getting you like your mana pool filled. I love your prices in game so far. You mean like in the shop? Yeah. $10 stuff is amazing. Yeah, I feel like that's a sweet spot. Not super rich right now, so when I see small buys like that, it helps. Yeah, I mean my policy on it is I want people to spend money in the game, obviously, because that's how we make money. So I want there to be value for your money. So the idea is like, if I had an item that's say $100 and it gives you like, I don't know, nothing, let's say like it's poor value, and you save up and you buy that once and you think like, oh, I got ripped off, you're never going to spend money again. But if you buy something and you're like, oh wow, like I can play the game for like a month with this thing, well then in a month when it runs out, then you're gonna be like, wow, I'm gonna buy another one. You know, because I got so much value from that. You know, I want them to be fair. I want people to play the game. I don't wanna like milk people for their money. I want to give people an enjoyable experience, and if they like it, then they can give me money back. Guys, I might have to go pretty soon. I've been streaming for like 3 hours and 15 minutes. It's almost dinner time. Are there plans for other sounds for each weapon type or move type? No worries, brother. Really enjoyed the stream. Yeah, I'm not gonna leave yet, but within the next 15 minutes, I'm considering leaving pretty heavily. New sounds. So, yeah, I think I need to put some work into that because like every sound in the game I made, all the music, the blacksmith sound I made that. It's like a snare and like a bell synth and stuff. The attack sound is like a bit crushed. Like I can't remember exactly how I made it, but yeah, all the sounds I made. I really like the attack sound because it's not like annoying. You know, like you can listen to it a lot. So like if we get some kind of like I don't know, your character yells "Hiya" or something when he attacks, like it's gonna be annoying. So I kind of have it like pretty minimal right now, but I think as the game progresses and we get more and more cool items, I am gonna add like more sound effects and stuff. Because like I thought about having like the bosses growl every time they appeared, but then I was like, if this guy shows up every time and growls, that's gonna be super annoying. Like if you're trying to do something else, so you'd have to have like a boss dialogue volume or control or something. How many breaches do I have left? 10? Was thinking more like a melee sound and a range sound. Yeah, there could be like an arrow, like a yeah, I'm not sure. I need to spend some time making some sounds and see how they feel. I just haven't done it. There's been a lot of other stuff to work on. I wouldn't know how to make an arrow sound. Yeah, I'm not sure where I would start with an arrow sound. Because it would have like the sound of you like drawing it and letting it go, and then the sound of it hitting. So it's gonna have like a swoosh sound and then like a sticking sound. Zoom just ran out. Oh yeah, mine, huh? Yeah, actually, that's probably my time to leave, not my time to pop another one. Oh, yours ran out? Mine literally ran out too because it was a 3-hour buff and I'd been streaming for like 3 hours and 20 minutes. Get someone to shoot the arrows and record the audio. Yeah, I'll just stand there with a microphone as the arrow flies past me. How many sets are in the game and when do you unlock them? Just the only set is in the breach. It drops from the breach boss, and that's the only one in the game so far. Oh, my album is over as well that we were listening to. Actually, I want to go listen to... Which album was that? this one. Yeah, I mean, so we're working on the next game mode. I think DPS players will be happy. That's all I'm gonna say. And then it's really hard because, like, what if I put a DPS set in? Then people would be like, oh, we should have had a tank set. You know, it's really hard to decide, like, what's going to be the first set in the game. You know, there's going to be hopefully 20 or 30, 50 more sets in the game after this one. So how do you decide, like, what's going to be the first? And it just, to me, it felt like this is what goes with the croc boss. You know, you fight the croc, you get parts of the crocodile, and you make the items, you know, basically. So that felt right to me. And as we add more stuff, there will be more sets. So gonna be heading out, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna end as soon as this breach is over. So thank you so much for awesome stream and info. Yeah, thanks so much for being interested and asking questions. It's awesome to have people really getting into the game and playing it. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Munraya, for sticking with it, even though you couldn't log into the game for a while. I really appreciate that, and, like, letting us know. I don't think people realize how much, like, bug reporting is, how important that is to us. So that's very appreciated. Peace out, homie. I'll share the game. Yeah, much appreciated. And if you got any more questions, you know, put them in Discord. Last boss. Let's return to Topia. I need to sort through my stuff and get rid of some of this junk. Keep, like, the best blade of end and everything, but that's stuff for another day. Yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you're watching the YouTube video, thanks for that. Yeah, I'll see you probably streaming again in like 2 weeks. And if not, I'll be in the Discord and stuff. Later. Bye.